Axwell, it is an absolute honor having you on America's Dance 30 for the first time. We're going to be chatting all about Wait So Long coming up. We're going to get to know Axwell a little better with Finky's firsts and ask you a question that you have possibly never been asked before. Axwell, the icon, welcome to America's Dance 30 for the first time.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It is great seeing you. Thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on another #1 for Swedish House Mafia with Wait So Long.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it.
Now, I can't wait to talk about how this smash was born. But first, let's get to know Axwell a little better with Finky's firsts.
Yes, sir.
So I always love finding out the origin story of artists. I know that you got into music at a really young age as a kid. But when you were growing up, was music the first thing that you wanted to get into, or was there something else you wanted to be?
No, I think like it was the regular thing, like becoming a firefighter, maybe a police, maybe a pilot. Then farming was really high up in my interest. You know, it was like, I don't know, we lived in the countryside and I just loved the sort of the machinery side of the things. So that was one thing. But then, we moved away from the countryside, so I had to scrap that. And then, it had to be music.
So what scrapped the firefighter idea?
Yeah, the firefighter idea, I don't know what happened there. That just faded away.
Now, the name Axwell is obviously very close to your real name. I read that when you were coming up with the name, it was actually a take on some nicknames as a kid?
Yeah, so like I have friend and, how friends work on each other's names, like just like saying different versions of your name. And so it was like Axel, Axlan, Uxlam, Axwell House, Axmeister, Mac, it was like all these things. And I was like, let's settle with Axwell then. It's kind of close and sounds okay.
Now, when you were trying to decide on the artist project name, was Axwell your first choice or were there other names you were considering?
So I've had many weird names in the past. Quasar was when I was like, ooh, Quasar, that's like a cool name. Then OXL has been one name. Funk Puppy, really bad name.
I'm glad you said it.
Mahogany People, Star Beach, Mambana has been a name that's been with me. Also Jet Lag and Axer. So there's plenty out there if you want to look around for different names.
And were you just using them as all different pseudonyms?
Yeah, because like when I started to make music, that was a thing. Like you were releasing records with different labels. So like one record goes there, one record goes there. And they all had sort of the rights to that name. So you had to come up with new names every time. But it's kind of fun.
It's got to be tough keeping up with them, though.
Also, there's one more. Also, like a band name, me and Steve together, we called Super Mode, and we released one song.
And what an iconic song that was.
Yeah, but it's kind of like that was the culture back then. Just like, boom, we were inspired, obviously, by Daft Punk and their record, Music Sounds Better With You, under the name Stardust.
Right.
And there was so many of the French, like, using different names for different records. So we were inspired by that, I think.
Now, along the same lines, I know the name Swedish House Mafia, the lore is that it came from fans naming you guys that.
Yeah.
When you guys were trying to decide on an artist project name for it, was Swedish House Mafia the first choice?
No, we didn't even think about that name, but it was sort of an angry person online at a forum was complaining on when we were DJing together or something. It was like, who do they think they are? They're the worst. Do they think they are like the Swedish House Mafia or something? We're like, yes, that's exactly who we would be. So we just took that.
Have you guys ever met that person in real life?
Maybe we have, but we probably don't remember who it is.
Right? Now, you guys just recently did a massive show at Arthur Ashe Stadium in New York. You've got an incredible show coming up at a huge stadium in Sweden, which tickets just went on sale for.
Yeah.
But do you remember the first time playing for a crowd?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, I do remember my first show, which was some other DJ canceled in Italy, and I was called up by somebody saying, "Yeah, can you do it?" I'm like, I'll figure something out. So I borrowed vinyl records from somebody, put some in my bag. Um, Went there, was super excited. Haven't been on planes much back then, so was flying from south of Sweden to Italy, meeting up with an Italian there. Drove me to a city a couple of hours away. We couldn't really speak because English wasn't the native language in Italy at the time. And yeah, I came there out in the stick somewhere, ready to go, super nervous, and yeah, the power went out, so it was no show. So, but a canceled show is still a show. So that was my first show. But I think in general, my first couple of shows were super shaky because I was very nervous. And back then, playing vinyl, you can't really be nervous because you have to put the needle on the record super delicate. Otherwise, it's
Right.
like, eh. So I was like holding the needle with two hands like this, trying to put on without scratching. It was like super difficult, sweating, and it was not great the first couple of times, but I kind of learned along the way. I think like I didn't have time to bedroom DJ. I just had to go out and get it.
And I totally get that. One of my first times hosting, holding the microphone and my hand was like this. I was holding it with two hands.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, side note, being an amazing solo DJ and being a part of an iconic trio, is it weird doing a show by yourself and then having to hop into the mode of doing it with all three of you guys?
No, it's fun to do different things. Like we've done it so many times, so it's not weird. It's just different modes, which I like. I like to switch between those.
Gotcha. Now, you've been in the scene for a long time with some iconic songs that have made people fall in love with EDM. But do you remember the first dance song that made you fall in love with EDM?
I do. It was, well, I don't know if it was called EDM back then, but it was. I was listening on the radio and heard "You Don't Know Me" with Armand van Helden, uh, and I was like, "What's going on with the music here? It's like disco, but also there's something going on with like the music sounds different. Like I didn't know what it was. It was obviously filtering and effects and stuff. I was. It was just like this new wave of, I guess, the French house music. Um, but yeah, that was that song that really got me interested.
And it's such an iconic song. Now, finally, in Finky's first, as I mentioned, you've done some iconic shows. I was actually in the crowd for the Swedish House Mafia retirement show at Ultra with like 75,000 people there. What is the first thing you notice about a crowd when you step out on stage?
Their facial expression.
You actually lock in on that?
Yeah, you can see sort of the front row, what their facial expression is. If it's like if they're smiling, if they're excited, and that's like quite reassuring when they are.
So, for everybody that's going to be at an Axwell show or a Swedish House Mafia show, first row, make sure you're smiling when they step out.
I mean, it helps.
Absolutely. Let's talk about this smash. How was Wait So Long born?
You know what? It was, as with us, always a long time ago. I was in France, driving a rental car, listening on the radio. It was a radio station there that played this song. I was like, what the hell? Like this old song, Wait So Long. I was like, wow, this is so good. I just wished I could loop sections of it more and skip other sections. I just wanted to hear this section like in this world, more like our world, like house music world. So basically I was like, wow, this has to be done somehow. And I reached out to Plan B, who is the singer, asked for the parts, and then obviously I didn't do anything. But it was always in the back of my mind, like someday this song will, enter our dance music world somehow. I need to make it happen. So yeah, it was there. A couple of years passed, and this spring was working on another song, and I didn't feel like the vocal was really so amazing. So I was like, well, maybe now's the time to try with the Wait So Long vocal. And it was like, gave me goosebumps. And I was like, okay, when this happens, it has to happen. When you get that feeling, amazing feeling when you put a vocal on top of something for the first time, you get this new, these vibes of, something you haven't heard before. And then I was like, okay, boom, here we go. And then we started to work on it together, me and the guys, and finished it off and phoned up Plan B and said, hey, you remember you sent us the stems for like 5 years ago? Yeah, we good now, so let's go.
And what was Plan B's reaction? Because obviously that's a whole other world.
He's definitely moved on, obviously, and done other things. But yeah, I just felt like this song never really got the recognition it deserved back in the day. So I just felt like, listen, bro, we want to bring this out in the world with us and you one more time. And I think he was happy, and I think he liked the result. That's what he said, at least.
Hopefully. I mean, it turned out an absolute smash. Now, something I love to find out about songs is how many different versions there are from when you start working on it, all the tweaking to when you finally master it and put it out. Do you remember what the final V was of Wait So Long?
Yeah, you know what? This one wasn't so bad, actually. Most of the time, there's a lot of versions. But we didn't go in so many different directions on this one, to be honest. There was like a pretty clear version demo-wise, and we kind of stuck to it till the end. But obviously, with all mixing and, tweaking and that, I would say probably 30 versions, maybe.
Not too bad. Now, with the three of you, is there a lot of back and forth trying to decide what changes to make in songs?
Yeah, for sure. Because there's all of a sudden, like, there's 6 ears listening. So we hear different things. We listen to different things. And we try to, be aligned and listen to the same things at the same time. But yeah, in the end, I think that we all respect each other's opinions, so it all works out in the end, the best. Like, we take everybody's opinions and we put it into the song and we move it forward eventually.
Well, congratulations on this song going #1. Congratulations on everything going on for you guys right now.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely. Now, before I let you go, I asked ChatGPT to give me a question that Axwell has never been asked before. So I got to test this out, all right?
All right.
If for some reason you had to completely clear a dance floor, what song would you play?
I would play da 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 on really loud volume. It will eventually clear the dance floor.
It definitely will. Axwell, thank you so much for your time with us on America's Dance 30.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having me.